Okay, Somadeep, if you are online, so you can ask question here. Okay, Somadeep, Watts and Newton's ring has already been done. So no problem, you do again and do it in separate sheet, drawing the tables and all those things. No problem. So this will be a nice experience if you do the experiment in virtual lab, because this is very new to you, and in future we have to do this type of experiment. So do it and be expert on this type of virtual lab experiment. So I am online now. So you do the experiment, and whenever you have any doubt, you can ask in this chat box. Okay, you do the experiment now, because then you have to submit the workbook in time. You have only 1.5 hours in your hand. So do the experiment, follow the guideline, whatever has been shared in YouTube. So you do the experiment and you ask your doubts, and whenever you are stuck in any point, you can ask. Yes, you just do the lab. Whenever you have doubt, you come here and ask the question. Okay, Sayantani, how do you undo the readings? Okay, okay. So here you have to only, so you can go back and you can start it again. Okay, Sayantani, you can go back if you have any problem. If you have, you reach in another place, so please go back and do the thing again. Okay, because sir, do you need calculate the error analysis also? Yes, you have to do the error analysis. You follow the workbook, hard copy of your workbook, whatever we have given. So you do accordingly. Okay, so Subham is asking that, sir, will you take readings for only 20th ring and 16th ring? No, you will start from 4th and you will go to 20th or 24th ring. Or why you will do only for 20th and 16th day? You have to start from 4th, then you have to go to 8th, then 12th, then 16th, then 20th, like that. Now here the patterns is very much clear because this you can see it is in virtual lab. So there should not be any problem in counting. Give your attendance info. Okay. Yeah. Mm, yes, Abhijit sir has already discussed about said. Let me show the other chat. Mm, what is the left tier? Okay, TR means total reading. MSR means main scale reading. VSR means vernier scale reading. So do you have to take the readings in? Not really. No, you write down the data on your workbook. You write down your data in workbook or notebook. So please tell your friends that you have to write your section, roll number, and name here, and you have to give the attendance here. So tell them to be online and give them and give the attendance here. So you give your attendance in proper format. We can see that many of you have not given your attendance in proper format. Section, roll number, name, because that will be tracked later on. So here you should remember one thing: you are doing experiment in virtual lab. So as you are moving your microscope, so you can move back and forth. There should not be any error in your reading. But if you in real life, when we do the experiment, what happened due to backlash error? If you move your microscope back and forth, then there will be backlash error, and there will be different readings and different time. Okay, so that is one advantage here. Okay, sir, I am having some problem. Okay, it's Subhananda, tell what's the problem. I am not getting the scales to measure the diameter. So in the right side, you can see vernier scale and main scale. There you can see the numbers. If you move your microscope, you can see the numbers will change. See, then if you cannot do, then you again tell me. See in the right side there is vernier scale and main scale. If you put your microscope movement, suppose right button or left button, then you will see that vernier scale and main scale will change. Got it, Subnanda? I have posted the proper format of giving attendance. So please see that and write accordingly. Okay, Suraj, how to delete wrong data? Okay, so in that case, you again go back and you start the experiment. So there should not be any problem. Or you can move the microscope and again you will get the new data and write that data. Got it, Suraj? So better you write your data in your copy directly. Don't copy on the table in the website. Yes, rightly said by Arnav sir. You should write the data in your copy. After calculation, you need to submit it through Google Classroom. Okay, so you do your experiment as soon as possible. Now 10, almost 10:10. At 10:45, you have to give the online test. Before that, you try to finish the taking the data and writing in your workbook. Then after that, after calculation, and you have to submit the workbook in Google Classroom. Prashant, you write in proper format. In this way, it will not be granted. First, you write section, roll number, then name and your email ID. Because this attendance will be tracked later on, who was present and who was not present in the class. So how to calculate the diameter? Okay, so suppose you are putting your crosshair in 12th ring and left side. Okay, then in the right side again you are putting your crosshair on 12th ring. Then you have to subtract this data, left side and right side. Then you will get the diameter of 12th ring. Understood? So this is a circular ring. This is a circular ring. Once you have to put your crosshair in left side, on left side on your circle, and once you have to put your cross on right side of your circle, then you have to subtract the data total reading. Here you have to use the wavelength of the light is 5893 angstrom. Use the wavelength of light 5893 angstrom. To find out the use wavelength 5893 angstrom to find out the radius of curvature. I am writing it in your group. Please see that. So Saurabh, you put this question in chat box. So Saurabh was asking in group that what is the value of n plus m. So n plus m you can consider any higher value. Suppose 20 is your n plus m, then n you can consider 16, 12, 8 or 4 like that. So n plus m always has to be higher. If you consider 16 is n plus n, then your n has to be 12, 8, 4 like that. Yes, sir, it is okay. Uh, Okay, so Tiponna madam is telling that you students you can take some screenshot when you are performing the experiment and send few in our official group. Yes, so that is the proof that you are doing the experiment. Okay, very good because you got the readings. Now you do the calculation and find out the radius of curvature. You also do one thing. You plot the graph that is basically d square n plus m minus dn square versus your m. Okay, that slope will give you the from the slope you can get the radius of curvature. You see the workbook, then you can understand how to proceed after calculating d square. Okay, so suppose for 20th ring you are getting some d square, and for 60th ring you will get another d square. Then you have to subtract this. So dn plus m. So if we consider n plus m is 20, then d square 20 you will get something, and d square 16 in the suffix 16 basically you will get another value. So if you, so let me write and then it will be clear for you. Mm, what I want to tell that, so dn plus m square minus dn square, you have to do this. You have to do this. Now here dn plus m square. So I am telling that something like this. So it means that you have to square your diameter of 20th ring. Then you will get some value. Then you have to do the same thing for other rings, 60th ring or 12th ring. Then you have to subtract. What is the formula? Formula is dn plus n square minus dn square plus 4 lambda m. Right, this is the formula. This is the formula. This is the formula. You can see the formula clearly. So here if we consider the 20th ring, then this is 20th and this is 60th ring, then it will be 4. Your m will be 4. If you consider n plus m is 20 and you consider n is 12, then your m will be 8, and lambda you have to put 5893 angstrom, and you can find out r. Right, got it? Okay, very good, Shubham. So if you follow the workbook, in the table 2, you have to write the dn plus m whole square for different rings. So if you consider the 20th ring, write down all the d square value. Then for different diameter, for different values of the diameter of different rings, you have to write down. Sir, can we clear one wrong value in the table? Okay, that I we were repeatedly telling that write down your data directly on the notebook. Okay, so if you are copying in the website table of the website table, whichever is in your website, then you have to go back again and you have to start. Or you can move your microscope, then the value will change. Write down the value in your workbook. Sir, do you have to submit the screenshot of the experiment in the official physics group? Yes, you have to submit the screenshot that you are doing the experiment in the virtual lab. Sukarna. So Somo has shared his data. Very good. how to take reading for left and right tier. So you have to add the MSR and VSR. So MSR, suppose someone is getting 10.1 centimeter, and VSR you are getting suppose 50. Then in that case 50 into hernia constant. What is the least count here? Because this is a screw gauge kind of concept. So least count is 0.001 for this instrument. Right. So 0.00 into 50 plus the main scale reading, that is 10.1. That will give you the total reading. Yes, because and error is not more than 2%. Very good. Okay, because you are getting R equal to 104. Very good. So I will be offline. I will be offline after some time around 10. Now this is 10:30. I will be offline around 10:35. So you wrap up all your calculation on those things and give your online exam from 10:45. Don't miss it. Yes, you submit in Google Classroom. If you finish and all those things, have you plotted the graph? Because I recommend you to plot the graph and you submit. But first you give the online exam if you don't able to. Okay, very good. First you give the online exam, then you complete your assignment and submit within time. Okay, graph will be R versus no, because graph will be d square n plus m minus dn square versus m. So let me show you what will be the graph. So dn plus m whole square minus dn square, and in x-axis this is m. So something like this. So dn plus m whole square minus dn square, and in x-axis this is m, and this should be like straight line. Okay, this should be like straight line. And from the slope what can we find out? So if you see the equation minus dn square by m, so this will give you the slope, and from the slope, so slope divided by 4 lambda, it will give you r. Okay, because got it. So 10:45 there will be your online test, so don't miss it. You better log in IMCRP 2 or 3 minutes before. You try to log in IMCRP at least 2 or 3 minutes before. So Ranavi sir has shared the exam code again, so please be prepared for online exam. Okay, I will be here for next 1 minute, so then I will be going offline. Now it is almost 1 hour. We are in a live chat. So please wrap up your calculation and all those things. Give the online exam proper time. What are the values of n plus m? Okay, so you can consider a table like this: n plus m and n. So here if you consider 20, 20, 20, then you can consider 16, 12, 8, 4 like this. So see, Somadip, n plus m 20, 20, 20 I have written, then 16, 12, 8, 4, then your m will be 4, 8, 12, 16. M will be 4, 8, 12, 16. Okay, so I am going offline now. Okay, thank you.